So after spending a few days in Pennsylvania, we decided to head south to West Virginia.
Yeah, our friends there had recommended this area called Somerville Lake, and it's a really pretty spot. I think the largest lake in West Virginia. There was a campground there that we thought about camping at, and instead we decided to maybe push a little bit further on to the new national park there. But you can see, Somerville, that's Long Point, sticking out of the, isn't that what it's called, Long Point?
Yeah, Long Point.
So you could spend a lot of time there, but we decided to drive on to New River Gorge National Park. And it's a new park that just opened like last year. Here we are turning in. It's kind of a odd spot. It's a beautiful river, kind of a gorge area, but it's still surrounded, a lot of private property running all through the park. There's certain parts where you have to leave the park and come back into the park to get like to the campgrounds. But here's some pictures of it. It's really pretty.
That's the New River there down at the bottom of the gorge. And then the big feature at this park is this bridge, the New River Gorge Bridge. It was amazing.
Yeah, it's the longest steel bridge, the longest span in North America, or maybe in the world.
Yeah.
Should have known that.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Over 3,000
yeah.
feet, definitely in the United States, and I think or in the Western Hemisphere.
That's what it was.
Longest in the Western Hemisphere, and the third highest, like 800 something feet above the gorge, is really scary high. It replaced an old bridge. You can see it, a little bitty bridge that you had to drive like a half-hour drive to get across the river. But there's these stairway that goes down to the bottom towards the bridge where you can get a better view of the bridge. It's a lot of steps. I can tell you, it was a fun. We got our steps in that day.
We did.
And I ran all the way up and down, of course, trying to get extra exercise.
He was a little more excited about the steps than I was.
Not really. We did that just for the video. Oh, and lots of plants there. There's a Lariodendron tulipifera, my favorite one because I know how to say it. But lots of this last one here. Watch out for this one. That's a good one to avoid. So yeah, go ahead.
After we saw the bridge, we're like, okay, where do we camp? Well, it was another 30 or 40 mile drive to our campsite, which was crazy. Like we had to go outside the park, down a highway.
Yeah, back into the park.
Back in.
That part about the park I think it'll eventually will become more cohesive, but right now it's a little disjointed. And to get to the park, you're driving on this highway, you turn on this, cross the river, and you end up driving by a bunch of, you'll see coming up here, you're driving by houses, and like the house is on one side and the garage is on the other, and you're driving down through there. The road is a single lane road too. It's not really even wide enough for two cars, so you're driving just saying, boy, I hope nobody's coming towards me, because there's some spots where you can pull over, and a good bit of it, there's really no good pull-off spots. Of course, we're in our RV, so it was probably a good 10 minutes. Once you made that turn, it was probably 10 minutes to get down there.
Yeah, we were glad we had a good map and that our GPS was working, because it was way down through this neighborhood. We were pretty sure we could hear banjos at one point.
Yeah.
It was very remote, very West Virginia.
Yeah.
Beautiful though, so pretty.
Really pretty, yeah. And the first week, the campground we stayed at, I think was called Army something.
Yeah, Army Camp.
Army
maybe.
Camp, yeah, Army Camp. There were two other ones that we could have gone to, and the Army Camp only had like 11 campsites. The others had 10 and 5, so very limited camping. Nothing with hookups at all, but really pretty. The other part is there was no, to get in the park, there was no fee to get in, and camping was free.
Yeah, totally free.
So good and bad. Sometimes.
Yeah, there was no flush toilets or showers, or there were toilets, but they did not flush at this campground, which was fine. We were in the RV, so we didn't need it.
Yeah. And here we are at our spot. Real pretty spot in the trees and pretty level.
So we saw this trail not far from our campsite, so we decided to take it and see where it went. And of course, it went to the New River. So we kind of wound our way through the bushes, and It was just really pretty. We didn't see anybody else on the trail. It was really nice.
Yeah, it wasn't even marked. We just was like,
Yeah.
you know, the river's, we know we're close to the river. Let's see where that goes. So, yeah, we just meander down this path and real pretty. There's some wildflowers, good skipping rocks too. The river had a lot of really flat rocks. We skipped some rocks on the river, but yeah, we were the only ones out there. Real pretty spot. And pretty soon you'll hear the water.
Yeah.
You want motion or no? It is moving.
I'm gonna edit that out.